Hi, this is Tyler Woods, and you're listening to KMKR LP 99.9 Tucson. And guess what? Music matters. And because music matters, today on the show, we have none other than the Drive River Band. Hi, guys.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
So we want our audience to be patient because we are Zooming since the pandemic and the quarantine, and we are being very safe. And sometimes Zoom gets a little weird, so I will put it through filters and whatnot. But I'm just so glad to be sitting with these four young men.
You're kind.
Your nose is growing.
Is it? Uh-oh. Sorry. Anyhow, I've been listening to you, and make sure you guys speak really loud. But I've been listening to you guys all morning. Love you guys. Tell me what kind of genre of music you consider yourselves.
It's mostly Americana, I would say.
Yeah,
Some blues rock, some folk rock.
yeah. I see, David, you've got that dobro hanging on your wall.
I try to play slide once in a while.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, so let's go, and I want each one of you guys to introduce yourself to our listening audience, and we'll start with Hank, then go to David, Mark, and Jim, because that's the way I'm seeing you. And so, Hank, let's start with you. Who are you, and what do you play?
Oh, hi. Well, my name is Hank Childers, and I play guitar. I play kind of in the band. I play what you might think of as utility guitar. I take a few leads from time to time, do some rhythm from time to time, to try to contribute to the song, and then I sing vocal harmony.
Yep, you sure do. Did a great job on Look Like Baby's Got the Blues. I really enjoyed that.
Glad.
David?
Dave Lehrman. I play mostly lead guitar, some slide, and some mandolin, and enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah. What about you, Mark?
Hi, I'm Mark Nearing. I'm the bass player, and I just feel privileged to be able to play with these wonderful musicians and have them as my friends.
And Jim?
Hi, I'm Jim White, and I do most of the vocals and play rhythm guitar, kind of the beat guy, along with Mark, and along with Hank, write about it, probably half the songs that we do.
Okay. So who's the main writer? Do you all write the music, or do you all, tell me about your originals to begin with.
I would say that we probably, half the stuff we do are covers, favorite songs of ours from over the years. And the other half, I'd say Hank and I split probably pretty even, maybe a few more of mine.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
And you like covers. Tell me some of the covers. You'll have to send me some covers. I do a cover show once a month. So it's kind of fun to get locals doing covers. What's some of the covers you do?
Well, we do we've done some old Stones. We've done some Tom Waits.
Oh.
We love him. We've got a little Guy Clark, a few of his songs that we do. You guys, some other thoughts?
Dave Dudley.
Warren Zevon.
Oh.
Yeah, we do Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
There you go.
We try to kick it, and we do ballads, but we also like to kick up our heels. So
Yeah.
Chris Knight.
Okay, so listen, guys, I want to know something, and I'm sure there's one thing it's an odd question I find myself asking people who I interview is, how has the pandemic affected you and your music? Like
Well, there's
most
no
of us.
There's no gigs for one thing.
Now, the first thing that happened is we had to cancel, I think we had a half a dozen gigs lined up there from March to June, including the Tucson Folk Festival.
Right.
And, but a couple of us had this software, this technology, and the rest of the guys have since picked it up, that allows us to video and audio ourselves. And so that's what we've been doing, is we've been, like what you saw today, we've been making our songs. And then Dave puts us all together in another software to make it look like we're playing together.
Hey, Jim, what is the software called for our audience so that musicians can?
Well, the software we're using to record into is called Studio One.
Ah, okay.
And it's actually pretty inexpensive for the amazing things it can do. I think we got our hardware and software for less than $100. And then after we do our recording, Dave has another software called Filmora, Filmora.
I use Filmora, yeah.
Okay. And he slaps all our separate videos together and lines up the audio with the video to make it look simultaneous.
Dave, do you find that to be easy?
There was a slight learning curve at the beginning, but it's actually fairly easy once you get the hang of it. The company that makes Studio One's called Presonus, Presonus. And what Jim was alluding to, it's a package that is actually hardware. It's a hardware device, USB hardware device. You can plug it into anything that accepts USB that will do sound. And the software that goes with it is Studio One. And it's a pretty high-end professional DAW software. And that had its own learning curve, but we've all kind of gotten it under our belt now.
Great, great. And do you guys find it, are you guys looking forward to getting back into performing live? I mean, I'm a musician that plays in 4 bands. And by day a psychotherapist and by night a musician. And what I've discovered is some of the live streaming, it sure beats carrying all my equipment around. I'm having a nice little break, you know. But what about y'all? Are you finding some advantages and disadvantages?
Well, I think the advantages are that it's in some ways it's kind of a controlled environment. And it doesn't have to happen all at once. So we can do these things sort of in layers. And if it's not right, we can do it again, much like a recording studio experience, only we're doing it for ourselves. And I think, just speaking personally, I think the disadvantage is that the kind of interaction that you get with people and playing a song for people and having them react kind of in real time and getting that kind of a connection. So we miss that. I think this is a pretty good, second place kind of thing to do. But first place is being with people. But we're not able to do that.
Right.
Do that right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, I think, to music as we slowly begin to resurface whenever we can resurface. Hey, I'm curious, you guys are very tight. How long have you been together?
What, since the end of 2018, I think?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hank has a get-together every year at his house, and several musicians are there, and so a lot of jamming going on, and that's where I met Dave. That would be about 2.5 years ago.
Great.
And from there, we had a little gig for a friend who had an art showing, just very informal. And we liked, it was at the time the 3 of us, and we liked playing together. So we started working some practices, and next thing we know, we had Mark with us, and we were at the 2019 Tucson Folk Festival. Mm-hmm. And had some gigs at the Mint, and just started from there.
Do you know that me and my band Wired, we run the Saturday night at the Mint, so that's been kind of fun. We'll have to get you guys back down when they reopen, and that would be lovely. That would be.
Yeah, we were doing the Sunday afternoon sets with Greg Aiken.
Yeah, Greg plays in my band Wired, so he's wonderful.
Yeah,
and he is, I love that the Mint has made it so accessible for music and musicians to be heard. My father, before he married my mother, used to walk across the street and go to the Mint. And,
wow.
No kidding. That's how long that place has been there.
Are you a native, Howard?
Pardon me?
Are you a native?
I'm a native. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I'm a native, but I just love Tucson, and the music scene here is one of the things that keeps me here. It's just incredibly powerful. So you guys get together and you say, let's form a band. You're a 4-piece band. Tell me some of the things that you enjoy about playing with each other.
One thing I can tell you is it's been a thrill for me. I've never really played professionally or done any gigs. I've played by myself mostly over the years. And so to play with these guys that have been in bands throughout their past and and Hank's skill at vocal harmony, and Dave's an amazing guitar player. His leads are just so fun.
Yeah.
I forget what I'm doing sometimes because I start listening to him. And Mark's bass has just added so much to our songs. So it's been a thrill for me to be with guys that are really good and make me better.
There you go. Anybody else?
I'd like to say that we're, first and foremost, we are friends. We happen to really enjoy each other's company. Music to me is the icing on the cake with these guys.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I think, I kind of feel that way as well, but I think the music is actually kind of an expression, that it's a way of being friends as well. And I think I get, and I think we get kind of a pretty big kick out of working together to make something bigger and better than any of us could do on our own. So that's probably why everybody does music with somebody else, but we certainly get to do that, and that's a great privilege.
Mark, what about you? You're the quiet one.
Yeah.
Bass player.
So the friendship and camaraderie, well, I mentioned that before, and that's a big part of it all, and playing in front of people. I guess one thing I really appreciated the opportunity to, as a bass player, to take an original song, particularly the original songs, where a bass part just doesn't exist, right? And you get to be the one that you make it your own way, and I really enjoy that opportunity to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think it's that way too, whether you're doing originals or covers, because even with covers, it's our interpretation of it, and I think that's where the creativity comes with covers, is we get to rewrite it the way we hear it and we interpret it. And I'm a covers collector. I probably have 2 or 3 terabytes of covers that I've collected over the years. So I'm yeah.
Now, that's something we do that's something we try to do with our covers, is they've sort of become ours. We don't try to mimic the original. It's close.
Thank you.
But we take it in a Dry River Band kind of way, and
perfect.
I think it works better
How'd you
that.
guys come up with that name? It's so perfect, especially in today's world where we're in the non-soons. How did you come up with Dry River Band? It's a great name.
We one of our favorite cover artists, I didn't mention him, is Dave Alvin from California, who, by the way, was born in the same town I was born in. And one of our favorite songs was one he wrote called Dry River. And we were searching for a name, and then we live in Tucson. We have a lot of dry rivers, so it just kind of popped in our heads.
Perfect. It is a perfect band. So, speaking of perfect band and everything, let's listen to a song.
How about Dublin Blues?
Who wrote it?
Guy Clark.
Guy Clark.
Okay. So, guys, this is Tyler Woods. You're listening to KMKR FM Tucson 99.9. And I am with Dry River Band, and we are going to be listening to Dublin Blues. And we'll be right back after this song.
I wish I was in Austin at the chilly parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are. But here I sit in Dublin, just rolling cigarettes, holding back and choking back, it shakes with every breath. Forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go, I love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish steps the day you said goodbye. Well, I am just a poor boy, works my middle name. If money was a reason, same. And I'll stand up and be counted. I'll stand up for the truth. I'll walk away from trouble. I can walk away from you. Forgive me all my anger. Forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go. I'll love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. I have been to Fort Worth, and I have been to Spain, and I have been too proud to come in and out of the rain. And I have seen the David, seen the Mona Lisa too, and I have heard Doc Watson sing Columbus Stockade Blues. Forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go. I'll love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. I wish I was in Austin at the Chili Parlor Bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are.
I love that song. I listened to it a couple times this morning and once yesterday because I wanted to hear the songs that you are going to play and get familiar with it. Excellent, excellent version of that song. Thank you, guys. And I only hope that our listeners will email me and we'll play more of it. And I'm going to be sending your music to the rest of the DJs, if that's okay with y'all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Tyler, I have a question for you, dear. I've watched your videos on Facebook recently. You're actually getting together physically with your band, right?
Yes, we have. I am physically getting together with a couple of our bandmates. We have a machine that purifies the air in that room. We have windows opened, and we take a measuring tape, and we have 6 feet distance.
Okay, because I know you and Leslie were not well for a while.
Yeah, which one? I mean, I had a heart attack 2 years ago, and I have COPD. However, I had bariatric surgery, lost almost 85 pounds, and I'm doing good.
Good girl.
Thank you. We both caught the stomach flu a couple weeks ago.
I saw
That's
that.
fun.
I saw that. Tyler, I have COPD too. I have that as well from asthma. I've never been a smoker, but asthma turned into COPD.
I have asthma. Yeah, isn't it interesting? And it doesn't stop us. Are you on oxygen?
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
I
I'm
have
not that
oxygen.
bad.
Yeah.
But I'm on the inhalers, and I'm doing rescue. Albuterol is my big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it interesting how we're aging? I
Could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse, and like I said, I lost like 85 pounds, and boom, all of a sudden all my health issues went out the door. I have more energy. I'm getting out there. But yeah, I do get together, not with a complete band ever, because we're limited in our space. I don't want more than 4 people, maybe 5 tops, into that particular room. That is what we can do.
You know, Tyler, one thing that we have been doing a little bit of not with Dave because of his COPD, but Hank and Mark and I have gotten together for a couple of mini house concerts outside
Yes.
where we're standing 10 and 12 feet apart, and we invite maybe 4 or 5 couples, space the tables. We've done a couple of those, and boy, people really we're happy they got to see live music anyway.
Yeah. I've got a stage in my backyard that we do live shows at. It's just too freaking hot right now to do anything. But
Yeah.
we do get out there, and I have a pretty big backyard that we just renovated. And we do spend quality time on the big patio outside because it's very hard. And I find music to be very soothing at this point. And it's hard I don't know if you guys tried to Zoom together and play, but there's a delay there. It's impossible.
We can't do it. Yeah, we can't do it.
Is any of you guys doing any of the live mics that are happening?
No,
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Because I know they're doing the Folk Fest now on the Desert Southwest mic or whatever open mic. So, hey, so I'm gonna ask you guys, what's been the best moment of your band's life? It could be interesting. We could get 4 different stories.
For me, it's been the festivals. I just love the audience, the audiences that we've seen at these festivals. We've been to several festivals, and it's a road trip. It's a lot of fun. It's a weekend of fun. It's a weekend of music, and I just love hanging with these guys. So my favorite thing, I think, is the festivals.
You're going to sign up for the Prescott Festival? I hear they are going for it. I think we're signing up.
I'll be surprised if it happens, but we're going to. Jim, aren't we going to submit an application for them?
Yes, we are. We have one more day. That's on my docket later today, is to finish that application.
Okay, great. What about you, Hank?
Well, I'd probably say the festivals as well. When I think back of performances, that especially because at a festival, it's very often, like Prescott, for example, where we went last year, it's not a known audience to us, or Glendale we went to. And then we usually, when a live performance, a short performance, we usually finish our set with a kind of a jam song, which is a song by Waylon Jennings called Hank Didn't Do It This Way. And we have kind of our own version of that, and we get going on that, and the audience almost immediately is with us on that. And it's like we're all kind of riding on this musical, I'm not sure what to describe it, musical creature, and it's great fun. I mean, it's really good.
Excellent. What about you, Mark?
Well, yes, the festivals are wonderful. I guess I also really enjoy the house parties too, particularly when the band can play and maybe there's 2 or 3 different groups there, and then sort of at the end you can all just kind of jam and hang out and play some new music and meet some new people, and that's a lot of fun too.
Jim?
Last summer, Dave and his wife go out to Cambria on the Central California coast for a while during the summers, or they did. My brother has a record store. It's pretty famous. It's called Boo Boo's in San Luis Obispo. And he has shows there on a little stage. Bands will come into town and they have a little pre-show, acoustic usually, at his store. It's kind of a famous gig in that area. Anyway, for years and years, I've known about this. And so last summer, we got to do that. And we played a, 45-minute set.
Nice.
At Boo Boo's at my brother's store. And a lot of family and friends that I've known over the years from San Luis area came to watch us. It was a real kind of completing a circle in a lot of ways. Very fun.
And
I appreciate the band giving me that opportunity.
Boo Boo's?
Yeah, Boo Boo's. Boo Boo's
that.
record store.
I love that name. That's great.
It's an independent record store that is pretty well known. It's one of the best in the country, and they've won top 10 kind of things over the years. And anyway, we got to play there, and that was very cool.
Okay. Hey, I have a question for you. I think I know the answer from you guys, since you guys do your own videos or everything. But it's something I ask, and I think the answers are going to be incredible, and we're going to get to that question after we listen to another tune. What song are we going to listen to? We've got Quiet on the Outside or Look Like Baby Got the Blues.
Not quiet on the outside.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm sitting here today at KMKR with the Dry River Band, and we are going to do Quiet on the Outside by. Huh?
By Jim White.
Who is it by?
Jim
Jim
White.
White.
Oh, Jim, this is a song you wrote.
Yeah.
Great. So here's a song called Quiet on the Outside by Jim White, done by Dry River Band. Please don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side of this song.
From the gods above, I think I found despair. The depths come and found me, made me play unfair. I thought I knew love. I thought I knew romance. I thought I knew true love. I thought I knew the dance. It's so quiet out here. It's so peaceful out over there. It's so noisy inside my head. Makes me wish I were you, not me instead. I sit amongst the weeds. I think I found heartache. I think I walk the darkness. I think I found my faith. I think I found true lonesome. I think I broke her heart. I think that I just don't know, 'cause I am so far apart. It's so quiet out here. It's so peaceful out over there. It's so noisy inside my head. Makes me wish I were you, not me instead. Fulfillment. You look for a peace. You wish for forgiveness. You hope for a release. inside. Songs you hadn't sung, I just hope that the noise inside my head, that you would just know now. It's me, not you instead. It's so quiet out here. It's so peaceful out over there. It's so noisy inside my head. Makes me wish I were you, not me instead. Makes me wish I were you, not me instead.
Okay, guys, great, 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 great. Yay! How do you think technology, and we're all not in our 20s, let's face it. So as I sit here and I'm looking at all of you with the little gray beards and goatees and whatnot, and so how is it that technology has affected you as musicians? Hank, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this for a while now. Back in the day, because I'm in my 70s, I think Jim and Hank are as well. It was all tape.
Wait a second.
It was all bouncing.
You're in your 70s, David?
Yeah, I'm 71. Hank's a little bit older, and Jim's a little bit behind us. And Mark's the baby. But you guys, Hank, you remember, I know you remember when you wanted to record something, I had an old TIAC reel-to-reel. And what you had to do is you recorded a track, then you bounced it to another track, then you had to record on that first track again and bounce that one again. Now it's all digital, and I do think that analog is better. I prefer analog, but I'm happy to work with digital. It's a lot easier.
It's affordable too, I think. I mean, my studio costed me like $150, right? $150. Whereas even back towards the end of the analog era, my 8-track Tascam was like, I bought it used for like $500 or $600. So it certainly is. And then buying the right tapes and cassettes, and I mean, all this is. What about the rest of you guys? How do you think technology has affected you and your music?
I think it's mostly in the, I was going to say mostly in the studio, but it's actually the equipment that you perform with live is lighter and much more varied and much cheaper than it certainly used to be. Maybe not quite an order of magnitude, but it's a lot cheaper. So it's really, in so many respects, a lot easier to do that. And I had a similar experience to both you and to Dave in terms of recording equipment. I got, you can't see it, but right next to me is a digital workstation, a Korg digital workstation that was cost a fair amount of money. It was great when I got it, but almost as soon as I got it, it was going out of date. And I haven't even opened it up in years now because The alternatives are so much better and so much cheaper.
Yeah,
So
and
it
easier
makes it
to use.
basically a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah. And Mark, you might appreciate this. I have a Fender Rumble, and so those things are like 20 pounds. I have two of them, and they're designed for bass, as you know. But and I have a couple basses. But I like to plug in my guitar, my uke, my mandolin, the bass, anything into them. Works well for me. Do you? I see you have an upright bass back there. What kind of bass do you play?
When I'm playing with this group, I normally play the electric, and that would be I have a Fender Precision that I received on my 18th birthday, and I'm still playing that one.
Nice.
And I also have a bass that was built by John Boland, who's a luthier in Boise. And he made that for me. So those are the two that I use. I think these neodymium speakers, I think I've got that right, are just amazing. I mean, I remember touring around the country in the 1970s and carrying these huge
column speakers, right?
Oh my God. Right? So you can just do so much more now with just such a small amount of equipment. That's great. And I like the wireless. I love having that independence of getting away from that cable.
Yeah,
That's
we
nice.
have those bows with the speakers that are like this wide and they stand tall. And I mean, I can carry the whole system, the root of it in one hand and the speakers in the other. And I'm loving technology. However, I am missing things like when we go to put CDs out. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a CD player. I know I have a computer. I think there's one on my laptop. I'm unsure. I have an Alexa, so I don't I just yell at Alexa what I want. And so what do you think about that with getting our music out there and heard? What is your opinion about that?
It's all streaming now. You have to know the companies like Spotify, and there's quite a few others. But CDs are going away, so
Yep.
you have to change with the times.
You absolutely do, which then brings me to one more question that I wanted to ask you all. Let me see what my time limit here is. Okay, we've been talking for over 30 minutes. Each one of you guys, there is going to be a young person standing in front of you, and you're going to give them a piece of advice. What is that advice going to be? Mine is always, get a job.
Sound like a parent.
I do.
Mine would be practice.
There you go.
Practice, 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 practice.
Perfect, David.
Another one I throw out there is make sure it's fun.
No kidding. But you have to do work. I played with a bandmate that's no longer with us because they only wanted to have fun. And it's like, sounding tight and good is the fun of playing in a tight band. Is we have to practice, like David said, to get to that fun place. But I think you're right. We never need to lose sight of the pleasure and the fun of music.
Just work and just becomes drudgery, then it's no fun.
No, it's
so
not.
Yeah, work so you have fun.
There you go. What about you, Mark?
Oh gosh, I don't know about the advice, but I am a little bit jealous of the younger generation in terms of the technology. I mean, I remember playing bass and trying to learn the songs from a vinyl record where you have to pick the needle up and move it back. And nowadays, you could.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. So take advantage of that.
Or you can just go on YouTube and do a tutorial and they'll do it for you, And
I think the younger musicians actually have a bit of an advantage with.
They do. But we have wisdom. You have to admit it. We have wisdom.
We like to think so.
We like to think so, right?
Hey, what about you, Mr. Hank?
A piece of advice to maybe say something a little bit different than what's been said. is that you certainly meet a lot of people who have a knack and have a love and want to make it kind of their full-time work or their full-time thing, and the world doesn't often allow that to happen. And so my counsel is, first of all, to know what you want to do is a huge advantage over a lot of people. And so given that, do as much as the world allows. And you really could not ask for more than that, the chance to do what you want for as much as you can.
Yeah.
But don't have an expectation that the world owes you anything on this. Don't do it for that reason.
Exactly. And I've had the honor of playing in a band with, I don't know if you guys heard of Bryce J. Rogers, but very young man, 21, 22. And it's been so enlightening playing with someone that's so much younger than me. And the knowledge I can gain from him, but I may gain knowledge from him, but he gains wisdom from me. So I think when you put young and old together, you get a great mixture. Hey, what's up next for Dry River Band?
Oh, well, we're continuing to produce more songs on video with Dave putting together in Filmora. So we're going to continue that probably indefinitely as long as we're stuck in this situation. But also we've been putting our toe in the water with these mini house concerts, and we have another little bigger one scheduled for the end of August.
Okay.
And there's a place out in Catalina that's having sidewalk shows that we're thinking about maybe.
Nice.
He's begging people to come play. So maybe, one baby step at a time, we're looking at emerging best we can.
Hey guys, I want to give you a hand. You guys are awesome. What I love about having my job at KMKR, though we're all volunteers, is that I get to meet some of Tucson's best. And I would have to say I've done this for almost a year now. I love your music. You guys made me actually, half the time when I'm listening to a CD before a show, I'm doing things and everything. And when I heard you guys, I actually stopped and I listened. And so thank you for making me stop in my tracks and listen to you guys, because I think you guys are that good and I feel very honored. And I can't wait for the Mint to open and we'll all get together and meet and play. So gentlemen, thank you very much. And we are going to leave with Look Like Baby Got the Blues, which we've been playing on the radio for the past week. Who wrote that one?
I wrote that one.
And you sing it too, huh, Hank?
I do.
Okay, so Hank and David, Mark and Jim, thank you so much for joining me. And we're going to leave you guys with Look Like Baby Got the Blues, and I'll be right back to spin you 3 sets of non-stop music.
Looks like baby's going on down the hill tonight. She's walking slow, head down low. Her coat is buttoned up tight. Here comes a car, pulls up, the windows down. The gentleman leaves to talk. And in a very not so very nice way, she says, "No thank you, sir, I'd rather walk." Look like baby's got the blues. Look like baby's got the blues tonight. Looks like baby's got the blues tonight. Look like baby's got the blues. Baby's got the blues. She goes to Bobby's and takes a seat down at the end of the bar. It's got a good view of the place. Cigarette machine's not very far. She says to Bobby, "You set me up with 7 shots of that Jack. I'm gonna drink one each half hour. He left this morning and he won't be back. Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's got the blues tonight. Looks like baby's got the blues tonight. Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's going back up the hill tonight. She's walking slow, head down low. Her coat is buttoned up tight. Here comes a car, pulls up, the windows down. The gentleman leans to talk. And in a very not so very nice way, she says, "No, thank you, sir. I'd rather walk." Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's got the blues tonight. Looks like baby's got the blues tonight. Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's got the blues. Looks like baby's got those God-forsaken